Missouri Valley continues to adapt to the changes and challenges COVID-19 is presenting this fall. Welcome to KMVC News. I'm Leland Harvey. The numbers released by Missouri Valley on September 21st show the college has 17 current active cases of COVID-19. That represents less than 1% of the campus's population. This number is down from a week ago. MVC is reporting the total number of cases since testing began, and a request for that information is unanswered. For this show, Missouri Valley COVID dashboard is on moval.edu. Missouri Valley College requires all students and staff to wear masks in public areas this semester due to COVID-19. However, wearing masks has created some struggles for some international students and professors communicating in English. KMV's Sakina Kamoro reports on how wearing masks has influenced English learning for international students.
There is a big difference between understanding someone's English when wearing a mask for international students whose mother tongues are not English. It is harder for them to communicate because they just don't hear English. They also have to see English. MVC international student from Japan, Miyushito, talks about struggles that wearing face masks has created.
How has wearing a mask influenced my English learning? It's the way it made it difficult to understand the language because I cannot see the way the masks are moving.
Wearing masks is necessary to avoid COVID-19, but it is not always the best when it comes to international students. English teacher for international students, Elizabeth Holloway, tries to make it easier for international students to understand English.
When I'm lecturing, I change back to the face shield because then they can see my face and my voice carries better. But when I get up close, this is not enough protection, so I have to go back to this one.
Face masks make it difficult for international students to understand English and learn English. However, the teacher's consideration and efforts for international students help them improve English easier. Sakina Kamuro, KMVC News.
Missouri Valley continues to follow Center for Disease Control guidelines regarding mask usage and distancing. The Missouri Valley football team saw its game postponed for the second consecutive week. The Vikings were scheduled to travel to Grandview University. That game is now scheduled for the November 21st. Valley is now set to begin its season on November 26th against Graceland on Greg Mitchell Field. Kickoff is at 1, and the game is streaming on the Viking Sports Network through valleywillroll.com. The Valley men's soccer team opened its home conference schedule with a Saturday afternoon game against Grandview. Missouri Valley's Mike Mosier opened the scoring in the 26th minute on a free kick from 25 yards out. It's his second goal of the season for Mosier. Less than 30 seconds later, Kanan Dos Santos extends Missouri Valley's lead after the ball gets through the Grandview goalkeeper and in some traffic up front. The Vikings' Luka Glusovic made it a 3-0 game in the 87th minute with his second goal of the season. Grandview scored a goal in the final seconds, but Missouri Valley improves to 2-1 overall and 1-1 in the Heart of America Athletic Conference with a 3-1 win. The Missouri Valley women's soccer team was looking to even its mark on the season with its match against Grandview. It was scoreless into the second half when the cross from Missouri Valley's Cassie Fuentes hit the Grandview defender and bounded into the net. The own goal gave Valley a 1-0 lead in the 48th minute. A little less than 5 minutes later, Valley's Paula Enklund scored off the corner kick and it found its way into the back post. And that would be all the Vikings would need. Marina Barneda earns the shutout and the Valley wins 2-0. The Missouri Valley women's volleyball team was in action twice over the weekend. The Vikings hosted Benedictine on the 18th and the Ravens took early leads in all 3 sets. The Vikings would get close in all 3 sets. In the end, Benedictine swept the match, winning 25-21, 25-13, and 25-23. Missouri Valley's held a lead for just 1 point in the loss. Valley also dropped Saturday's match 3-1 on the road against Baker. The Vikings are 1-4 overall and 0-3 in the Heart of America Athletic Conference. Missouri Valley College is requiring its students to follow mask guidelines during the school year, including wearing masks in hallways, in classrooms, and at sporting events. But for some students, the masks are more about form than function. Students at MVC have grown accustomed to the recent adjustments for the pandemic. The 6-foot rule, no guests allowed in their rooms, but how are they dealing with the masks?
It's not terrible, but I mean, it's hard to breathe sometimes, and it gets a little stuffy.
Some have also taken the chance to customize their masks and show how they feel and express themselves.
I got mine customized to just show like other people how cool it is and everything. What like the symbols and everything on it look cool, but sometimes it doesn't really go with everything I got on, so not really matching with fashion, but just rather making a statement.
The masks are here to stay until the pandemic comes to pass, and so are the rules and regulations for them. MVC has been taking the situation seriously, and so have the students. Some teams have created their own masks. Some students wear masks for their professional sports teams like the Kansas City Chiefs. Some masks bear cartoon characters, and it's part of showing some personality instead of having it masked. That's KMVC News for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Leland Harvey.